Hello, welcome to Zatu Games. Today I'm going to be taking a first impressions look at Dune Imperium because it's already, even though it's only come out in like December, being touted as the game of 2020. I've played a solo game with 2 AI opposition. Let's go see how I did. So Dune Imperium is a worker placement game combined with deck building. I had started packing some away when I thought, oh, I'll do this video, but there's enough left out to see what was going on. Let's just flip around here, press the wrong button, and have a look down at the board here. So as you can see, this is the planet Doom. This is where conflict takes place, but conflict is a track where you track your strength depending on how many armies you have put out during the game. Armies put out whenever you see a cube, and they can go into your barracks or they can go into the current conflict. There are conflict cards which dictate what type of reward. They've been bagged up here. So you see the first player is going to get 2 points, control of an area, and then the other people are going to get spice. The areas of the board are set up with kind of various themes. Anything with a triangle on the planet is going to get you spice. Up in the top corner you can trade that spice for money or just get some money. Blue ones are like places on the planet where you can generally get a troop out and then another bonus. And then down the side of the board are the 4 houses where you can move up on these tracks and earn loyalty from them. When you get up to this point, you're going to get a point, but if you ever drop below, you're going to lose that point. You can regret it, not regret it. Well, you might regret it as well. And then when you get past this point, you get that bonus. And also, if you're the first person, you take this as a reward, showing that you're loyal to this house, and you also get the point. But if anyone overtakes you, they take this off you. And there's one of these on each of the 4 houses, and they all reward you something slightly different. Then there's the council, where you can take some one-off actions like getting your 3rd worker. The most you're going to play is 3 workers and therefore 3 cards, but there's a really neat system with the cards which I'll talk about in a minute. You can go on the council to always get it spends five to go on the council, but you then always get 2 on every go to do your money. The points are down here. It's only 10 points to trigger the end of the game, which doesn't seem like many, but is a lot in this game. On top of that, you're each going to have a player board here, a leader, which gives you a power and a certain. So this is always active. This is active when you play your ring card, and then you've got your pieces that you need. On the back of this, there's a very, very good player aid, and there are 8 of these in a game. You're only ever going to use 4 or 5, 4 I think. So you've always got 1 player aid for each person as well. Now let's look at some cards, see how they work. So what you'll see on the cards, first is a cost. There are some starting ones that don't have a cost. And that's how much influence you need to have. Remember, if you're on the council, you always get 2. And then down the side is the places where they will let you place workers. Much like Lost Ruins of Arnak, if you want to go to one of these places, you're going to have to play a card that has one of those signs. So this will let me go to the Freeman area, or one of the triangle areas, which are the spice areas on the planet. And this guy will let me go to the green or the blue. Now the grey section is a bonus that you get when you play them to place out an agent. The blue section is what you will get if you play them when you've finished placing out your agents. So after you've placed all the agents that you have or that you want to place, you then have a reveal turn where you're basically essentially playing the rest of the cards in your hand for the bonuses here. So these can be usually their influence to get you more cards, but it can give you more combat points. They can give you spice. Anything really can be on the bottom of them. Water is particularly difficult to get hold of, so having one of those is good in your deck, but you mustn't neglect the spaces that you can go to, because without these symbols you're not going to be able to get to these areas where some are very powerful, like pay 6 spice to the Spacing Guild, you can put out 5 troops, and that can either prepare you for a round of combat or be saved for another turn. As the game gets towards the end of the combat cards, more and more points are available for you to have. Let's flip that round. So why do I like this so much? I've played one game with the app as helping me running a solo deck. In the solo game, there are 2 simulated opponents. In the 2-player game, there is 1. But this is a really simple solo implementation. So simple, in fact, that I think I would not even bother with the app, and that's for one reason only, and that is because the app doesn't save. If you flip to another app to take a picture of the board, for example, for your Instagram, you are going to lose where it is through the deck. Now, it's kind of randomized, but the deck doesn't reshuffle until you're all the way through it, so that can, if you're saying purists might say that haven't played the game properly, because that deck was reshuffled too early, essentially. So so I would not bother with that, especially if I'm not sitting down to play in one session. I would keep that. I would use the deck, but it's all handled really nicely. The opponents on the app really simulates someone else doing things that you want to do. You really have to prioritize. I was quite lucky. I didn't use it enough though, in that I could go on the same places on the blue and green areas. It didn't matter, they weren't blocked, whereas usually they are blocked. And when I saw I was only 2 away from 10, I basically rushed the ending to get the 10 because I thought I could get more points than the opponents. However, they have a mechanism where when they get a certain amount of resources, depending on what the type is, they immediately change them 2 points. So the red player almost caught me, so it's quite exciting finish there. And I just, the combination of deck building and worker placement works really well. The cards are interesting. Everything, there is a scrap for resources, but you never feel that far away from doing what you want to do. It may take you an extra turn, which is a lot in this game, but there's some games where resources are so tight that it just becomes a massive issue. This is not one of those games. I absolutely love Dune Imperium on my first play. I love to play it with other people, but I can already see why this is making a lot of people's Game of the Year list, because I thought it was fantastic. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching Zatu's content, whether now or in the past, or both. Hopefully both. Remember to like and subscribe to our videos. Hit that bell so you're notified of our new content. And remember, we are on Twitch, we are on Facegram, Instabook, and Twitter. And now TikTok. TwitTok and Ticker. Yeah. Under the name Zatu Games or Zatu Games UK on Twitch. There will be a short break in some content over Christmas, live content particularly. But we hope you have or have had a great Christmas, and we look forward to a new year and a new year coming up. See you soon. Bye.